Yes, sir.
Islam. Before it was the Roman Empire, it was our people, which was the Holy Roman.
Right. And all the wars that said the Greeks had raided Egypt, that was us. That was we fight each other. That's all it was. Because they're not that old, brother. They're only 6,600 years old.
They are only older than 6,000 because, you know, by the time that they start.
I would say 15,000. I would say 15,000.
15?
Even if it was 15,000, they still not that old. They still have, they're the youngest species on the planet. But I tell you, we are species, well, we are ancient species. They are the youngest species that was, this is hybrid species.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Hybrid species.
Mutation, they experience.
Yeah, they tell you what they are in monkeys.
Try to graphics so fast. Even in graphics, you can see that.
Hey, let me tell you, they got movies based on that. The Planet of the Apes, Splice. They got all these movies. What's that movie? They were trying to become. They were cloning themselves. Yeah, there was a lot of movies based on that too, but they died off. The Sun Show.
Right.
Yes, sir. Huh? Yes. Anything based on cloning, that's indicated they're dying off. They're dying species. Nature is killing them off. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. All these movies is actually telling you that they are dying. They let you know that they're trying to play catch up and they're trying to stay here, but they can't. I mean, their species is dying by thousands. Yes, bro. Oh, the global warming. The global warming. I'm gonna tell you about that. That's another nature is coming back to us. I'm gonna tell you why. Because we already in Aquarius. Everything's being already. We also bear in mind that we go back to the 3 trillion seasons. Because every 3 trillion season, right? You have 3 months, 3 times. So now each month basically is taking away winter. Winter is 3 months. Each month is taking off winter by month. So it's 4 months in one season. So that's 4 months. That's 100 some days. And that's 4 signs. So it's going back to the pyramid, trinity season. Because now nature's coming into balance. So now we're going to have less milder winter. We're going to have mild winter, not cold. Right. So everything's going to be a 3 trillion season. Because everything is 4 to the 90, it's going to be 100. Each season is going to be 100. 4 months of peace. And each of those 4 months will have 4 signs. Because everything comes in balance. Nature must balance itself. That's what all that's about. And that's why they're trying to manipulate the weather by heart and all the other stuff. The sun, because the sun is the life force of the planet. Everything grows with the sun.
Son of God.
Yes. All right. I'm going to introduce you to Sister Gail. I'm sorry.
There's so much I wanted to say. No. Because winter is just an idea. It's called Saturn. It's really just about you, and I'm teaching that today. It's so funny. It's just about you reaping retribution justice. It's just a dark shadow of lower self. And it would not even exist if we would be in our higher self. And there was something else I said. And I wanted to come in and so I said I'm going to open up the class. Now I forgot what it was. You said something just before that about something's coming in. Oh, something about global warming. What you say?
Oh, global nature coming back into balance.
No, for that.
Four corners. Harp or something? Harp? He was talking about.
There are 3 seasons.
4 seasons. Before that. No. I used to say stuff. That's no problem. It's like it's so much stuff. Oh, that's a good point too. The Holy Roman.
Oh, the Holy Roman Empire. I know. Yes.
Climate, global climate. Yeah. It was something else. You know what? I'm not going to be late. I'm going to worry about it. It'll come out. Thank you. Thank you so much.
you.
I hope you enjoyed the information.
I did cross the line, Bey Publications, and welcome here to the Morris Heritage and History School. Thank you for being here. Gosh, he was so much. But yes, I originally also, I'm just going to kind of roll back some of the thoughts. Like I said, I should go to ops and have opt. You don't should. Because should. Okay, so should on me because remember the movie Amistad? And they learned the lesson of language and shoulds when he said to be more, he said, well, they were going to do something in the courtroom and then it didn't happen. And then Brother Moore said, what do you mean he should have done it? You either do or you don't. There's no such thing as should, right? So don't shoot on me. Well, I should have. We don't do it all the time. I should have, would have, could have. Mine always done that. If you didn't do it, you would learn a lesson as to why you ought to do it next time. That's all. So never ever belabor yourself about what decision you made yesterday or the day before that could have, would have, should have been different because it was a lesson. You learned that. And you answered the question and did the best you can with what you knew at the time. You could not have done it better, because if you could have done it better, you would have done it better. The one that is, oh wait a minute, hold on. The one in the front seat's laughing about that because you asked about how do I know that I'm a more. All right. But before we go there, I want to reiterate the thought that was said by the brother Peace and Love to you, that before the Roman Empire was the Holy Roman Empire, and the Holy Roman Empire was Lord. Now, several years ago, possibly around 2009, if I'm not correct, possibly 2008, we had someone that actually gave that class by showing the pictures. True Master? Yeah, he went over to Europe. He went over to Bulgaria. He went over and he took pictures on the site. You see the pictures of the manholes in the Christmas story that we had with those pictures from Bulgaria with the heads on the manholes being Noah's heads. Because that's what's up. And so he said to us all, don't try to search the Roman Empire seal. You're not going to find it because it doesn't exist. But the Holy Roman Empire seal you'll find. The Pope to this is so appropriate. This is when I know things are rolling like they are. Because one of the pictures I have today is of the and it's on the site. Is of the
St. Maurice.
Huh?
St. Maurice.
I also have St. Maurice. Yes, I do.
They call a lot of them. They call them St.
This
Maurice.
is kind of like. No, I'm St. Maurice. Yeah, I'm a shorty. There you go. So the Pope today rolls around with the seal of the Moors. Do you know that? Coat of arms and seals as well. So try to search the coat of arms for the Roman Empire. You won't find it. Right, and I have a picture of St. Maurice, the statue that you will find in the museums in Europe. I just happen to have it up here. See what I'm saying? See how everything just rolls right into intent, right? It's the right place because that's the picture. The lance is missing from his hand, but that's a photo actually from the museum in England of St. Maurice, and he's straight up Moor. All right? Just like we've got the picture of King George on the site from the museum in London. Straight up Moor. So you really, so now, this is on the site. This is the Pope. He was right here in New York, corporate New York, right at the Yankee Stadium, was it? Yes. This is what he was sitting under. Nobody recognized it. That's a damn shame.
I did.
Who did?
I did.
All right. They had, you look at the picture in the New York Times, and they had built this huge
So that's why the picture has to be so like this, because this is an actually, this is at the stadium, and there's a white background. They have the whole thing that he sat under right here in New York, and it's got the Morris head on it. He rolls around with it. Because, and then when you look up what this means, they're calling it the seal of Freisling, Germany. And then they say things like, oh, it goes back. Whenever you hear them say it must be ancient, it is. And they can't report on it because it wasn't there.
Islam.
Yeah, they'll say something like this. Learn how to read and study. They'll say something, well, first let me say what I see. And this is in my new, on the site. Here's the Pope, who came to New York, the Empire State, and sat under the Moor's head, while those who are direct descendants of Moors debate as to the impact, the validity of the honor of their own ancestors.
Wait a minute, that was in newspaper?
Huh?
No, you said that was in
New York Times.
What?
They said that?
No, I said that.
Oh, I was getting ready to say.
I said that. Don't expect the Europeans to tell you that. When they tell you that, food comes off their plate quickly. And suddenly you begin to speak up. And you let them in too, but you understand? So now, here's what they'll say. I read that first, I'm sorry. I got that on my side. That's my opinion of the facts. This is what they say when you look up this head. It says the Moor's head. Now they call it the Moor's head. Right up now. This is called study. They call it the Moor's head. And it's the one the damn thing that the Pope goes around with.
The King of Freisling, I think.
King Freisling, that's right. It says here, the Moor's head is an heraldic charge associated with Freisling, Germany. The origins of the Moor's head or kaput Ethiopiacum in Freisling is not entirely known. That's not. They don't have records. And if it's not entirely known and they don't know it, it's because it's before them. And you know, you need to know. Then it says, where was I? Okay. Typically facing to the viewer's left, dexter in heraldic terms. It appeared on the coat of arms of the old Principality of Freisling as early as 1316. So it could be earlier. But 1916? Remember now, we're talking ancient history, right? We're ancient, they're not. That's what they want. While there are several variations on Moor's heads in heraldry, the one used by Freisling and adopted, and just like the Constitution was adopted, all right, by Benedict the 16th, is always crowned and collared. Excuse me, they're adopting your style. They're adopting your style. And then using it against you because of our ignorance, right? That's all right. Generally, in this form, the lips, the crown, and the collar are always red, while the face and hair are brown and the eyes white. If an earring is shown, it is shown in gold. So let me just say this before, so we don't get too negative about what we think is going to be happening. We just got to talk about this and our advance on the way up. No, they're not really creating all these jails and all of our children are headed there tomorrow because the youth that are here are the ancestors returned and they didn't come here to go through this bull. They came here to learn the law and to affect what they came with it. They are not intended to be going through that crap. Do you understand? The younger generation, a road has been cut and they're coming, they're the saints that are coming marching in and they want to change things tomorrow. Am I right, Sister Anya? Am I right? Am I right? Any other young person in here, youth, whatever, in mind? Yeah, you're right. Learning it, huh?
You're right.
I know I'm right.
Any young person?
Any young person in mind, any initiate in the house, any newborn, anybody that's just coming into, he who rises in the east, he who sits in the east, whatever, however it may be, because it's not about age. They youth aren't coming back, our ancestors aren't coming back to be destroyed. This shit is up. All this information is at the age of knowing, but like it says in the song, many more will have to suffer, many more will have to die. Don't ask me why. I know why, but don't ask me why. I mean, I know why. I can tell you why. They won't heed. Somebody get hurt? Because they won't heed, but it's all right, because they're not supposed to, and listen, we're finally where we're supposed to be. The younger generation, your children, our children, are coming in, and they're looking at the eyes, which is the windows to the soul. And if they do not see the big and mighty truth, they will dismiss your ass. That's it. You're dismissed. There's no time for the world because we have been lost and taught wrong. This is over now. I'm going to give you an example. You got to worry, and some people say, I went to the court and they locked me up. Right. On the other hand, you got something like this coming in on the email. Can I just read the email real quick, Ms. Right? You don't have to say who it is from or whatever. On today, in time, right now, it's such a polarity that it makes you say, well, wait a minute. What are we doing? Yeah, that's right. It's good. It's working. You know, that does it work? Do you work? Those big words. Well, I don't know about that Moorish stuff. It's law. It's not the Moorish stuff. It's law. So on one hand, you get that, right? On one hand, you get that yesterday, the day before. You know, I think you people should have a sign that says we don't give legal advice because people are just going to jail. Don't listen to what you say. Don't listen to what I say. Study it yourself.
That's right, yeah.
And if you truly want to know about the history of Moors, your ancestors, like I said on the radio show last night, hit the congressional records. Because they're not going to tell you they're in the library downtown. They're not putting it there. They would rather not. You got to dig it up. But we dig it up for you, and we put it on the site and make it available. And now all you got to do is be still where to go. Truth is truth is truth. Truth does not change, nor does it pass away. Right?
Yes.
I know you know that, right, brother? Yes. You know truth does not change, nor pass away, correct?
They got that right.
They got that right. It don't change, and it don't pass away. Truth is truth. Truth is truth. Truth is the light. Light is the dawning. Awareness is what sets you free, period. However, man doesn't know by being told, and you get all these things out of the way, so you can move on. Man does not know by being told. What do I mean by that? I'm going to give you a quick lesson in study in just a second, but first, let me go back to this. So on one hand, we get somebody saying, you know, who's going to break the rent and all that, right. Okay. Then on the other hand, you get this kind of email on the same day with people that's somewhere wherever they may be. Because they don't matter where we are, where we are. It says, hey, check it out. We submitted the default judgment report. Which one? I can't find the right one. This is a powerful email right here. I love it. It gives me encouragement. So I want to come back. All right, listen. Makes you think, wow, this is what we do. It's mine, no. It's Miss Rainey. Miss Rainey, check it out. Really, I have to tell you the story in person. But we did make a special appearance today in courtroom, and they did not want to hear the matter. So the defense attorney called us out of the courtroom and told us that the prosecutor said, please dismiss this case without prejudice in the interest of justice.
Wow. It's loud!
Why did it have the right words? What is right words? Jurisdiction. That's what it is. In the interest of justice.
They gotta give them a speedy trial. When that time is over, the district attorney can ask for a 30-day extension, which makes it 120 days. After that, if they're not ready, you have to dismiss it in the interest of justice.
Well, how about that? That's the law. Now, what do you have to do? You have to effectuate the law. What do we hear all the time? Yeah, but they ain't doing that right because, you know, I know, but that's not what they did. In the courtroom, they said this and they said that, and it wasn't even true. I said, well, you're not in the courtroom. That's why Article 3 says delegation of authority. Did you request it off the jump? First day door? Yo, excuse me, door for a minute? Can I see the delegation of authority? Oh, you don't have no problem, and then remove it. The one of the non-Supreme Court justices, don't be playing. But don't go there begging and shit. You are the law.
That's right.
I'm going to show you how you are the law. You're manifested in the flesh. On the sixth day of creation, in the flesh, man was manifest. Through the law, which is the astrology points that way. Through the angles and angels of light and angels manifest. So the angels manifested right in the 101. And it's in the Bible. Genesis. Sixth day of creation. Why sixth day? Venus. What's Venus? Mother. Why is it the holy day? Because it's the day that you were formed in the flesh in the womb, and the day that you departed from the flesh at birth. All right, so it's holy. Holy. Holy days, not holidays. Somebody have a hand. Oh, come on, back here. Yeah,
A brother went to court. A brother.
Oh, the mic.
A brother went to court and he demanded for a delegation of authority. And the magistrate on the bench, it happened to be a European woman, he said, she exclaimed, "Oh, he's making this stuff up."
The magistrate said that?
On the record.
Now that just goes to show you if you think that you should leave your life and what's wrong with you in the hands of someone like that who happens to be sitting on a black robe, which is Satan's or Saturn's robe, right? Of justice, giving fact, no light, you know what I mean? Here, just straight up play rude. I'm here, it's a balance of law. It's not personal. It's not personal. Law, justice is blind because it doesn't need to see. When the sword comes down and it cuts you, it's meant for you. If it cuts me, it's meant for me. Don't need to see. It is what it is. So now somebody gonna be sitting in the guard, sitting behind a so-called sitting on the bench, which is the bank, because banks ain't banking law, and you're gonna put your life and limb and liberty in the hands of that. Someone who said something like that. We had somebody else called today saying, well, they said that they're going to make an example of these Moorish nationals. Well, first of all, they admit that you were nationals. There you go. And on the record, that means that they said in court, this is down in the so-called Maryland territory, they admitted by record that they were charged treason. But because we think their authority, we never did it. It's not what they did. Trust me. It's what we do. But they've been doing what they did all along. They did it yesterday, the day before. You just did not know it. Now you know it. So now bringing you out of the mental slavery, that's where you are right now. Coming out of the mental slavery of thinking that they are the authority just because they've been feeding like the Wizard of Oz in the position of saying. Because that's all it really is. I know it's large. I know it's across the border. Why? Because they are all corporations that collude with each other. That's right. Do you follow? And why are these corporations so large? Because you forgot that you're in your ancestral estate and you don't live in a corporate state of anything. You forgot that. You said, I live in the state of New York. You said, I live in the state of Maryland. You put yourself in the jurisdiction of the corporation and enlarged it. Do you get it?
Islam.
Oh, thank you. Had a hand up. I apologize. I see you in the back too, Brother Lines. By Lines today. Yes.
Islam. I just wanted to add to the Moore's Head and to break down the significance, so we're not just looking at the picture. The Moore's Head that you see is posted up above the Pope, and it's still on display in Europe. It serves as a messenger. And it states, the legal definition is, it is also an harbinger. That's also, as you'll see that word several times in the Circle 7. He is an official who formally makes proclamations, royal proclamations, and bearing messages of state between sovereigns. That's wrong.
Say that one more time.
Now I'm giving you the word herald because the Morse is herald, and that's what she stated.
That's right.
That's what I'm adding to it.
Right, herald.
That's right, herald. And what it is it is a person who carries or proclaims important news, a messenger, a harbinger. Again, a harbinger is the word you will see as you read your certain sevens.
That's right.
Okay?
That's
So
right.
sometimes we read it and we just bypass it. No, you have to understand it. You must understand it.
And you know what? If we were not placed in the mental slavery and sent to the public school system and not taught how to read or write or spell, because spell is the writing, right? We wouldn't read it and roll right past it. We wouldn't. Because when you become mentally out of enslavement, you're going to go read it and you're not going to roll right past it. Now, you did it yesterday, but you won't tomorrow, right on? You see what I'm saying? Because you came out of the mental slavery. Because that's what you're in. It's a mental slavery all day long. Which means there's no chains, and the only person that can free you is you. The only person that can free you is yourself. It's yourself. Because that's why it says, and it's in the 101, I mean, it's in the Circle 7, it says, if man want to look for his Savior, is within. And man will look for his devil is also within. So don't be going to these places like about the devil made me do it. Because you tell me you have no control over yourself. Now listen, let me tell you, it's a happy day to be alive and be here and have a mission. I myself found out, I mean, we weren't here last week, it was raining like crazy, but I also had reached a point where I needed not to be traveling that day. I had found out I had a tooth that cracked over here, and bacteria was getting in it. And let me tell you, people, the bacteria had infested me, and it was in my leg, my upper thigh, and I was starting to limp. I thought, oh my gosh, I slept wrong. Oh, let me cleanse my kidney. You know, it would be the liver kidney is the part of your body, right? I'm thinking of all these things, you know, the physician yet ourselves. Until I took the colloidal silver. Yeah. You need to have it in the house. I don't care if it do cost. Whatever it costs, do whatever you do and get it and have it on deck.
Oh, that's what makes stuff come out of your teeth.
Islam, I make it. I'll bring some next week.
And our bodies make silver and gold too. That's what alchemy is. We are the alchemists. Turning ignorance into gold. But I body this. Thank you, brother. So anyway, I'm just saying to you, so that's how we gotta really. There's a lot of stuff we need to do when we talk about health and stuff, which I'm not going to necessarily go into that, but it's very important that we learn how to drink our foods now and that we stock up on whatever we are going to stock up on because you're going to have to learn how to not have to eat such food that you depend on the shop rocks, the admin, and stuff like that to get for you. You're going to have to learn because they're going to shut it down. Now, they're going to shut it down not necessarily because they're trying to be so wonderful. They're going to shut it down because, listen, they're not going to be able to sustain themselves. Everybody seems to be suffering over the fact that the Moors are rising. Now, the Moors are rising, and they're forgetting that this is their ancestral state. So back to you. You know you won't go by reading the history of the records. But you must go to the congressional records and read some of the stuff we put out that will resonate with you. When it hits your ears and it feels good in your heart, it's meant for you. Go check it out, go try to prove it wrong, and in proving it wrong, you will find it to be right. Because it's truth, and truth don't change past. Well, you can give me an opinion if you wish. You know? I don't know whether I missed this detail or not, but yeah, I think I did not last week or the week before, with this Indian thing. We got to get off that crap. We really have to get off that. But you know what's all right? We have to have patience with each other.
Give another speech on that native Indian.
Huh?
Give another speech on it.
Speech on it?
Yeah, give another talk about it. Because we're not no native Indian.
No, we're Native Americans. Because the continent is our Morocco, America, as it's been changed to Northwest America, Northwest Africa, And Africa means Africa, which means to divide and separate, and the land was divided and separated by the Atlantic Ocean, so it's Africa. And then the European John Africanus, he only got named that because he conquered the land that was already divided. Do you follow? And the land wasn't named after him, he was named after what he did to the land, because he always had other attributes. So I say to get off the Indian thing, because everything is going like this with a noose, and everybody gonna get caught. If you say you're an Indian, go to the Bureau of Indian Affairs, because that is a federally reserved program. It's the first court to listen to me. Christopher Columbus himself had got records that said that he said that he called the people Indians by mistake. Who that? And what you gonna do? And you believe that? But you believe that you taught that Christopher Columbus discovered America and the Indians were there. He discovered nothing, and the people there were not Indians. This is not India. Right. Mental slavery keeps you from thinking and deducing what was just said. Mental slavery keeps you from being able to deduce that equation that is simplified and has nothing to do with opinion and all to do with facts. Want to prove it even further, go to 1895, 8th grade final school test, page 24, as we have put it into a book for understanding. And it tells you there, Christopher Columbus, one of the final questions. Christopher Columbus studied Christopher Columbus called the people here Indians, but they're not Indians. We know they're Native Americans. Okay, cross that, go to 1985 or 87, President Clinton's executive order on humanitarian, I'm thinking humanitarian episodes by Dr. Steve, on humanity something. Go there. I believe it's paragraph 5. He says, I am talking to Native Americans and federally reserved Indians. And he wants to tell me that different. It's right here, it's already recorded. Native Americans and federally reserved Indians. Well, if you say you're the Indian federally reserved, like somebody on this planet the other day on ancient 415 reserved something for you. Federally reserved Indian over here, then who's a Native American over here? A distinction has been made. Now, let me give you another thing about this Indian thing, because it's coming to a head, so I got to put my finger on the pulse of what's going on, because we are coming up out of the washing of this. And so somebody will say, Washita, nigga, is a Washita Indian. No, that's a family attribute of a family that's under the Morris Nation. Tribal names are family names. Matter of fact, we can call you a tribe, they're reducing you. Not a damn tribe, although it's a tribe of people, a band of people, a clan of people. Don't let it go down in history, you a freaking tribe. That's your family appellation. Like you some damn uncivilized tribe. And then you didn't get an honor. Tribute to many who do believe it's true. So back in, I believe, a treaty was made in 32, 36, the treaty.
The second treaty?
No, not the second treaty of the Muslim. So-called Indian tribe said they made a treaty in 18-something. Somebody, because I got the notes, but I did this years ago. Anyway, whatever it was, if you are studying that and claim to be so, you'll run across it. Yeah, we got the treaty. Well, they made the treaty in 18-something. Check it. They were already protected with the Constitution. They stepped out of the Constitution and they made a treaty with the United States of America, who is a subordinate. And you can't tell them they went in and talking about cheat this and cheat that, and we did a treaty in 18-something, the Indian treaty, I can't remember the exact name of it, but I'm close. And I'm like, wait a minute, you were already protected on the land. You stepped out of the land and made a treaty with the United States of America, which you gotta get to thinking. I know that we just want to get some resolve and we want our peace today, but you gotta go through something to get to something. Who told you you didn't? And if you at least just study, you'll get rewarded. 12 years we studied. In the public school system, whether you went to college or not. 12 years a slave. You studied how to be a slave for 12 years.
12 years of programmation.
That's what you did. And you can almost get this overnight because guess what? They use your science, the science, to teach you how to be a damn slave. So when you start getting this information, it starts to click. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Click.
Whenever I got my click, I explode.
So this is designed to raise the vibration. Your vibration. For your salvation. Who doesn't rhyme? So now, alarm is a transitive word. It is assigned to voting and water, correct? If you know, then you look it up. All right, somebody was telling me just not to know what we did that idea. Said, well, we went in the church, jurisdiction, I don't understand, he, my mate, my friend, my brother, my husband, whatever it was, trouble jurisdiction, you know, like that, we put it in that thing, challenge jurisdiction, and like, I thought it was all in the word, what, this more stuff. So then he said, well, do you know what jurisdiction means? No. That's mentally ill. Sick. Problem. We all have been there, we need to get out of that type of thinking. Looking for the quick fix, give it to me now. You have to invest in it. Yourself. I'm not gauging your investment in it. I cannot do that. I can't judge that. No one is. You.
This mentality comes from the fact that we have been taught there will be a savior coming.
Yes.
Later
That's why we
on.
always rely on somebody to do things for us when we have the power to do it for ourselves.
Because we create our own reality.
That's right.
Do we not create our own reality?
Of course.
Yes.
Here's what we're going to do. So check it out. Oh, Panda, I apologize. Yes, you got the mic? Yes.
Turn it on. Turn it on.
How about turn it?
I just wanted to touch on one thing that you stressed, very important, that we all need to get, and a lot of us got it, has been here for a minute, is that whenever you see that word of, you know there's a sign of trouble.
Yes.
I was always taught that, and I caught it. And you all gotta catch that. Whenever you see of something, the word OF, you know that it's it's de facto. It's a de facto, and you're in trouble with them, and you don't want to deal with them. Stay away from them.
Let me give a simple lesson on that. Okay, I would prefer to just be down on the ground. I'm all right.
Let me bring it
I'm all right now. I'm not, the Union States are now the corporate cities, correct?
Yeah.
The corporations. The Union States are now the corporations. So, when the Constitution is talking about the states, the several states, etc., like that, it's the New York State, right? Right? Right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, didn't the state of New York City, so all right, talking about you owe them.
That's a corporation.
That's a corporation.
Isn't that who wrote to you? New York State? State of New York? State of New York versus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're there.
Right there. No, State of New York versus. Am I right?
Yes, you are.
Is that New York City?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's a difference in words. State of New York and New York State are two different things. By word and by claim. However, there are corporations, but I'm saying, do you get me? The state of New York, which is who, what, where, established when? 18 what? 17 who? I think it is my ancestral state. No weather is like that, no times like that, or whatever. But the state of New York is not New York State, and their version you telling you come to one of their courts. Oh, shoot, man. Okay, well, let me see your delegation of authority, and I don't know whether you're a court or not. You don't have it? Oh, okay, then this matter is dismissed. Well, you know they do this and they do this. Let me show you the sign on how you say it. Yes, what you waiting on the court?
It's
It's fine.
the brother went to court a couple of days ago, and family court, and he asked a European woman on the bench for a delegation authority order. And she told him on the record that she doesn't know what he's talking about.
I love it now. Now let me make another point. So these are the people that you're gonna put your life liberty in the hands of? Because you know what is that? Oh well, it's Article 3, Section 3 of the Constitution, which is the law of the land. And you know damn well the Constitution is a written document, as such it cannot be altered. What it meant when it was adopted, it means now. So you know damn well that it was written to keep people from molesting you. And so then you figured it out that, hey, I think I need to know the Constitution. Because it's what's going to protect me. However, or it's the law that will keep them off of me. Because you're greater than that even. It wasn't even written for you, but it is your duty to enforce it so that you are not molested. Do you get that? And the prophet knows that you already said that. Enforce it so that other citizens will not molest you. So what do you mean other citizens? What is this? Are we all just citizens? No, there are Aboriginal indigenous people who make up the nationals of the land, and they are the nationals, the highest ranking citizen, if you talking of citizens, nationals. If it were not for the national, there would be no ranks of citizens. So, who are you? Oh, what do you mean, who am I? I mean, what is your status to the community, brother? What do you mean, what is my status to the community? I'm the kingpin on the street, man. I've got the best this, and everybody pulling me for that. That's my status. No. In law, what is your status to the community, brother? In law? Yeah. Okay. All right, you know what I'm saying? No problem. How about if we go look up what the damn word status means? Your standing in the community. Your relationship to the community. But it is not a mere relationship. It is a legal one. I'm talking about a legal relationship. You keep telling me about it, he's busting you and stuff, and all these legal problems and stuff like that. Selling the marijuana or whatever it is. Marijuana is the national damn product for your daggone nation. You let them wrap that stuff up and cut it off itself. The DuPont takes some plastic rope and you're going to tell me they get ready. And now they're selling it, but they want you to get their permission to do it. This is sick. So back again to what I said. So your status is your relationship or your standing in the community. I don't give a damn on where it is because it's all our ancestral estate. So there is no boundaries. Right? Oh, I got it. I see. It says status is my relationship, my legal relationship to the community. Oh, wow.
Your allegiance.
Huh?
Your allegiance.
Huh? Wait a minute. Why is it important? Because y'all know y'all run around there saying all that stuff they talk about in the law ain't really important. How is it important? What's the importance of it? Well, because your relationship to the community sets the stage for matters that regard jurisdiction.
That's right. It's the first level.
The very first thing in law is status. Meaning, who the hell are you? Oh, you're a corporation, good. We're gonna take you and bring you through, y'all. Because you got no rights to be denied. Thank you very much for admitting that.
Only that which the charter allows.
You can be regulated.
That's a whole different story. Now, if you're gonna come to the plate and actually recognize this thing about status and the first issue of law, then you might go and say, well, wait a minute, they are a corporation, let me go look at their charter. Let me go see what that corporation says. That's just like people joining the NAACP, never read the charter, can't own no property or nothing like that. See what I'm saying? So first we get to you even knowing and thinking that it's important before you can go to the next level of investigating a little further, right? So this is why. The status, your relationship to the community sets the stage for matters regarding jurisdiction. Oh, what do you mean by jurisdiction? What does that mean? Juris means the right, and diction means the words. Right words must come together. Because when you don't have the right words, they take jurisdiction over you for being incompetent. A minority means incompetent. It don't mean that you are the lesser person, because there's more of us on this planet than it ever will be there. So that ain't what minority means. Ain't got a damn thing to do with numbers. I'm bringing this thing to a close. So now, oh, okay, where is it? Like, give me an example. All right. It's so simple that it's complex, and it's so complex that it's very simple. They rush you into the courtroom, we didn't even go the highway into the document in the first place, and then they say, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name, man? What's your name? And you say, my name is. And they're like, don't tell him what he just got into the jurisdiction, because the name is for corporations. What's your address?
I don't have address.
What's your address? Oh, my address is 555 Fifth Avenue. Oh, we just admitted he's in a venue, Avenue. We created that. Bingo. One or the other or both. Oh, wait a minute. So you want to go pro se, huh? Oh, yeah, I'm going pro se because I'm going to present myself. Sometimes people say, because I'm going to represent myself. You can't represent yourself. I can't represent myself. To this day, at this hour, on this moment, I am presenting myself as I am at the moment. Might not be like this tomorrow, but I'm like this today. So I present myself right now. I can't represent myself. If I'm representing myself, I'm telling you that I ain't being myself. I'm being something else going down. And I'm telling you today, I feel more like myself than I have in a while. So I'm definitely presenting myself. Huh?
I didn't say that to her. What are you talking about? He doesn't know what I'm saying.
They said he's a sovereign because they were probably saying that to say that, oh yeah, he's one of them sovereigns. See, let me explain to you. This is important. What happened in court yet? Over? Is it over yet? All right, then you come back. Take it out. I don't know what it is, but we'll talk about it. I mean, discuss it. Is it traffic?
Is it what?
Traffic.
No, it's housing.
Huh?
Housing. Housing.
Housing.
Oh, housing. You claim the house?
No, it's apartment building.
You claim an apartment building?
I want to, but I'm thinking about it.
Okay. We are the true possessors, chapter 47. We are the true possessors, but we may not be in possession.
Right.
So in order to claim something, we must take possession. Yeah. And in order to do that, as a law being the Aboriginal indigenous people of which you are rich, my children, you are rich, because our love is your ancestral estate, your heritage, then you must make and cannot ever make adverse possession of nothing. You can never be adverse. How are you going to make an adverse possession? I'm just telling you because it's many you don't. So the words are either for you or whoever they for. It has to be peaceable. Therefore, no one on fire. What they say to you and what you say back, you got to know what to do. Right. No, excuse me, you got to know your position. What's your status?
I want to dismiss the case with prejudice and put in a counterclaim because there was an accident in my apartment and somebody got hurt.
Oh, so they trying to sue you they trying to sue you to take the place.
No, they just trying to sue me for back arrears.
What's that got to do with the accident?
Right.
What's that got to do with the accident?
Yeah.
Well, I'm suing them out of housing court, but I'm trying not to give them
any more finance. And then it came to your head.
Right.
Why not just claim this case? Probably
it's like 25.
why not just claim this place? That's came to his head, right? I got you. I shall give you. I shall not say that you ought or you ought not. I will say that in time, and when everything is meant to be, Allah shall give it to you and make the way. And if you see the way, go for the way. But don't go if you don't know what you're doing.
Don't do it.
Do not even try it, because what's happening today is that people, the wars are, listen, here's what's happening today. That devil is going to the pits and he's trying to take everybody he can with him, and if you don't know what you're talking about, you're going with him. Because they're testing you. So, back to the court. So, your address. Yeah, my address is, you're going pro se, huh? You're going pro se. I'm going to present myself. Oh, so the magistrate says, oh, so you're going pro se?
Yeah, they always say that.
And then you say, yeah. Pro se means to proceed. You never go pro se in a place that you don't even know it's a real court. The first issue is, give me your delegation of authority. You got 10 days. Why? Because you should have had it before you called me up, and you have no authority to compel authority unless you got it. Are you not having? Done. I know that sounds simple, and I know they ain't really doing it. That's because you're still thinking they're talking smack to them. You gotta treat them the way they are. You, the law, dismiss it. All right, now here's what's happening new right now. There's this thing called trial by mail. How many heard of it? Kind of new. Ain't kind of new now? New thing, right? Did y'all hear me talk about that briefly on the blog last night? Did you hear what I said? They study it.
I didn't hear it, I know about it.
They study it. They study it, and they know that you're talking about making declarations. So we don't call it trial by declaration. Just give me the money first. Give me the fee off. There's only 3 things you can do on this trial by mail thing. 1. I mean, I gotta get through this to get to what I really want. I wrote with the wrong.
Yeah. With the mark, with the wrong marker.
Use the same marker you go.
Alcohol.
Use the dry erase marker and say they'll take it from it.
You know what? I did that. I'm the one who did that. You forgot. I figured it out. So I should know that it takes much that long. But this is a wet eraser. No. This is wet. This is called wet erase marker for the wet board. This is a wet board. I can write on it and erase. And so, it comes off with wet with water. I just told her it's a wet erase. It's this, wet erase. That means erase with something wet, right? But never use dry erase on a wet erase board. But I just found that I can use wet erase on a dry erase board. So now, number 1, okay, I'll just say it. Number 1, 3 things you can do. Pay the bill and send in your affidavit, declaration. That's all part of 1. Send in your declaration, what? Pay the bill that we arbitrarily said you have, right? Number 2, appear in court. Number 3, forget number 1 and number 2, and just pay the bill. It's all about the finances. That's the 3 things. It's all about the finance. But here's the deal, and here's the lesson, and I think this will be a good one. in studying. Because you better not do not all of those things with somebody who is a municipality, which is what? By definition, a municipality is a Roman venue. That means they set up the Roman venue that deals with them as Romans. They ain't got a damn thing to do with you as a Roman.
That means the system is feudal.
Huh? Feudal, right. Ain't got nothing to do with you either. So that means it's there. If you look up in the law dictionary, municipal warrant. People are laughing, just look it up. It says that it is a bill of exchange, a bill of attainder, right? Right? For those who know that it's right, say right. Islam.
Islam.
Now, here's part of stuff. Who is talking? They're talking so loud I can't hear myself. Who is talking? They're talking so loud I can't hear myself. It's interrupting me. Go out in the hallway, brother. Thank you, peace and love. All right, so now, here's the deal. If you look up, don't look up. I'm tired of telling people to look up stuff that has to do with the Constitution. Because the Constitution consists of 7 damn articles and 10 Bill of Rights called amendments. They're originally called the Bill of Rights. They're not called amendments. However, they were amended at the time my ancestors wrote it because they only did the 7 articles. And then they said, you know what? Let's add these 10 Bill of Rights in case they didn't get it.
Right.
At the time. And then the Europeans said, you know what? Let's call it the 10 Amendments and add to it because the Moors don't know, the descendants don't know. You know what I'm saying? So now they add to the amendments, but I already gave you the case law that says the Constitution is a written document as such it cannot be altered. What it meant when it was adopted, it means now. So what do they do? Because they're able to Article 6 of the Constitution, make their own Constitution in their own respective states, but it also said, don't make nothing that violates the Constitution.
That's right.
If you do, no problem, it just got no standing.
That's right.
And all is right there in the damn thing, in the Constitution. So your ancestors, our ancestors covered us perfectly. So I'm trying to say go look up in the Constitution. I want you to read. Matter of fact, we're teaching the Constitution article by article, amendment by amendment, on Sister Standing on the Law blog talk. We just talked at everything and we're just doing nothing but each one. If you missed any of them, go back and get the archives because it's there. So the first thing is who the parties are. Okay, so check it out. So now you got a municipal warrant in the first place that they said that it's a notice of warrant. A notice is not anything but an intent. If you do not respond, then it moves to the next thing. Because that's law. Law is notice. They're telling you, I did read a word, but it's not a word. It's a notice. First of all, and foremost. Secondly, if you did kick to the second gear, it ain't a warrant either because a municipal warrant is a bill of attainder. Do you follow that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, jump over to the Constitution that you don't need to go look up, you need to know, and read Article 1, Section 9, or 10. Which one is for Congress? 10 and 9 for states, or Section 9 for states and 10 for Congress, whatever, right? And it says in there, guess what it says in there?
Bill of Attainders are illegal.
It says they are forbidden for creating bills of attainders. Simple freaking strategy.
Islam.
Not complicated at all, but you have to study to know that. Excuse me, municipal warrant is a bill of attainder. You are forbidden from creating them. This is a violation. But see, they don't expect you to know that simplistically. Now, if everybody knew this, because it ain't hidden, none of this would be going on. Like we're talking about, well, this is what they do, this is what they do, this is what they do, because they have been able to do it. Because you said nothing, and we have allowed our children to be raped and molested by this crap. And then we actually believe that it's the law. It's not. How can it be the law when the law of the land is the American Constitution and it doesn't say that at all? It's not. And don't think the Europeans don't want peace either. Because they do, but we already gave it. That's what the Constitution was. The Constitution was the peace. The Treaty of Peace and Friendship preceded it. You can't separate the Treaty of Peace and Friendship from the Constitution, because if it wasn't for the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, there would be no Constitution. But they severed it off. Why? Because in the whole damn document, Moors, 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 and the brother up here in the front said, I just want to know how many know we're Moors. That's all right, because it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I love 25 Articles 7, divine. That's all it is 25, ain't much. And it makes it real clear. You can compare Article 6 to Article 6 of the Constitution. Your ancestors was on it. They made it so easy because they knew that the day that you find there's no number higher than 9, you figure this out. And you can start cross-referencing stuff. All right? So, I say to you, that is a result of a simple study you do not read. Then you have to give them a whole book. Just that one little thing I just said is sufficient enough, and one of the many ways to stay alive. You are the Lord, manifested from the angels and angels. Angel is in angle. Angle is in angel. Angel is in angle. Angels are angels manifested from an angle of light into flesh. On the sixth day, which is Venus, which is strong. So what are the angels doing?
Answer the question.
What is law? What is law?
Length, angle, width.
Length, angle, and width. Right. Law is L.
Angle,
Length, A.
Width and angle.
Huh?
Length, width, and angle.
No, length, angle, width. Law, length, angle, width.
No, law, angle, width.
Yeah.
Angle,
yeah.
width.
Angle.
I said, well,
Yeah.
LA, baby.
Yeah. Width.
And width. Oh, yes. Oh, that's law. Length, angle, and width of what? Of the universe, so sad, I heard. Absolutely. That's where you come from. The universe is a what? Womb. No argument there, right?
Sun, star.
And when you learn that you are the law, then you know why you always say in your greeting, I self. I said, I ask Lord, self-law, bam, 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 am
Master.
master of my soul, at minimum, is law. Hear what they told you there. That's what it is. Okay, all right. And what happened for you when you manifest? I manifest as a Muslim. You did?
Muscle tissue.
I ain't no Muslim, that religious man. Well, I don't know. Are you Islam or are you Muslim? Which one? Because this is muscles. This is not necessarily an acronym, but this is muscles and limbs. Do you see it?
Yeah, fetus.
Which means it's a fetus. Which is why you hear things like Muslim
Yeah, Muslim.
in history. Muslim, they come from it's Muslim. It's from muscles and limbs and tissues of the human anatomy, a human constituency. Do you get this? It's not religion like that. So you gotta free yourself from believing that, because that ain't true. And if you can get rid of that, then you can open up for the rest to come in.
Oh, yeah.
Because until you criticism of the bullcrap that you have had put in that makes you come out, so that the good stuff of the waters of knowledge can come in and baptize you. Got it? I see you smile. I ain't gonna put you on blast. But it's all good. So don't try to figure it out some other kind of way. It's simplistic. So now that we have knocked out the prejudices of Islam and Muslims, let's see here. So I put the turban on and I cross it on my panyo and I wrap up my hair. I mean, I don't know, I got a little piece hanging out because I right now high yet. I don't think of myself as such. But you know, why do I do that? Why do we do that?
Is it your?
Because I want to talk with the cosmos of which I came from. And I need to have my hair right because this is the antenna. Antenna. Growing out of my scalp in a spiral fashion, right? Made up of 90-some% silicone, which they use in computers today, so that I can really have a relationship with the cosmos. I must tone up, diatonically tone up the threads. That means no dye and none of that crap. Because I'm talking about from the cosmos to me. And that's why it's called cosmology when you do your hair. You gotta get this. Cosmetology. Cosmos to me. Hey, the first time I said this, but it resonates now. It resonates with me. I'm good with it. You good with it? Yes. And I don't know. I might not be able to say it again, but I gotta say it because I get that. Because I already know that you can read a book today, and it don't mean the same thing to you when you read it again in 2 more weeks. Because what you see in it is what you get out of the book is based on what you know. And that takes us to astrology. What you see on this right here is based on what you know. Because you got the little packet, right? Y'all got the packet, right? Right here. On the simplified little one that you see all the time, you know, the wheel, you got the Aries, the Lamb, the Taurus, the Bull, and the Gemini, the Twins, and the second like that. And it's a little story in the nursery rhyme for the children so they can learn, right? That's what you see, and you see this most of the time, so that's why I'm sharing it with you. But it's the same thing that this is saying. Because what you know tells me what you will see when you see the wheel. You see the cross? Do you see the cross? You got it right here. Do you see the cross? Mm-hmm. Oh, that was the Grand Cardinal Cross last week, right? You see it, right? Mm-hmm. You see 3 portions in each 4 quarters. 4 quarters? Yeah. Oh, 4 quarters. Do you see that? Yeah. Do you see that each one is 30 degrees? Mm-hmm. And 30 is 90. You're born on the square. I don't give a damn where you're born on here, you're born on the square. Got it? Because you hear that, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah, that is a compass. That's just like a compass in square. I see that.
Oh, you see the compass in the square in it? Oh, yes, so let me do some little drawings up in here, show you some more stuff. Little bit. Little bit of this, a little bit of that. So now, so now you got, let's do this, because, I love to knock down these so-called religious symbols I love to knock them down, reverse them. I love to put in proper place and perspective the so-called religious symbols, because you and I don't realize that it's from our ancestors that they exist, and that someone took them from our teaching and made them and adopted them into what they wanted to, and adopted what they wanted them to be. So I don't even really need to do much with this one. Let me talk about this one. Because Look at this, Star David, right? Hex Alpha, right? As above, so below, right? Some people say it's the Jewish star, right?
Yeah, that's what they
Let me
say.
show you where it's from.
Solomonic star.
Huh?
Some say Solomonic star.
Solomon's star.
Solomon stuff.
All right.
Son of man.
Solomon,
Soul of man.
right, which is the soul of man. Star of David.
Yeah, Star of David
Star
too.
of David.
Hex Alpha, we said that.
Yeah.
Hex. Hex.
Yeah, that's
That's
female.
female. Alpha.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, she always hexes the
Hex
other.
the male.
She hexes the female. But that's not really. Well, that's so it's okay. Each one of these, oh, they're so much. Each one of these is a trinity representing representing you. And when you take your trinity, sun, moon, and star, and you rising, so some of the rest, and you join it up with another trinity, your mate,
And
then
balance.
if it's a perfect, supposed to be perfect harmony, it's going to create that. So then it's she reaching down and he reaching up.
I got something I want to show you.
All right, hold on a minute. I want to show you where this comes from off the wheel. Anybody know? Anybody know where this comes from off the wheel? I can't hear people talking so loud that I can't just start to chatter in my ear and I'm talking. That means that they're having a conversation that's annoying to me. Really? Does anybody know where that comes off from? How about let's make it simple? Anybody know where just the triangle comes from? Before we join them together. The Trinity, right? Yeah, but where's the geometry? These are geometrical figures, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does anybody know?
Five.
What is the question?
Does anybody know where it comes from?
The triangle comes from the square. It's half a square.
It comes from the square, so it says here.
Yeah, it's 180 degrees. 60 by 60 by 60. Well, that's 1 on 1.
This is true. This is true. All right, I'm going to go. Pick any element off of the wheel. A fire sign, an earth sign.
Virgo.
Let's go with Aries. Let's go with, I'm making these. Let's go with the first sign.
That's what she said.
Aries, which is fire.
Fire.
So this here is Aries, right? If I drew a line from this fire sign Aries to the next fire sign, which is Sag, to the next fire sign, which is Leo, and then back across again.
Again, yeah, go straight across.
What do I have?
Triangle.
Harmonies, representing harmonies. And so let's do the harmonies of fire signs, which would be air signs, right?
Yes.
So let me find the Libra in the 7th house. And I drew a line from the Libra, air, to the Gemini air, right? To the Aquarius air, right?
Yeah.
And back across again, right? Look at that. I mean, my drawing may be off, but that's a hex alpha. Is that it or what?
Yes, that's it.
That's
it.
So now, oh yeah, no, that's the religious thing. No.
No, they said that's the devil.
Yeah, that's the devil. Can be. If you the devil. Acting like a devil, then yeah, maybe so. Okay, all right. Now, let's do this. I'm just gonna make another pen. That's so far away. Let's do this.
What's my hold that for?
No, that's okay. That's all right. You see this. Just for a second. I'm making my point. I do have the calendar. Now I'm gonna change the color, and I am going to you know what? No, I'm going to show you this. Let me bring the point really home. So that was the air and the fire sign. And the wood sign, correct? Right?
Yes.
Because air and fire is harmony, right? Let's try it with the earth sign. And earth and what? Water. Earth and water, right?
Water.
Earth and water, right? So let's go to talk. Okay, Pisces is fine. I'm upside down.
To your right.
No, I'm not saying. All right, here we go. Pisces. What's the next water sign? Am I on Pisces yet? Okay. Cancer. Down here, right? Scorpio. Yeah, I know. I'm just getting my balance today. Where the heck is the Scorpio? Right here. I know. And then over here, right? Now that is the crooked line, but that's the Scorpio, right? That's the water, right? We're the earth. Taurus. Okay, Capricorn, don't and listen. That's what's so great about the circle. It's infinite, it has no beginning, and it has no end. And you will never find the math to be incorrect. So we can start with Capricorn right here. And the next earth sign is got to be all the way down here at that Taurus, correct? And from Taurus, we go to the next earth sign, which is that Virgo, correct? And back up again. Is that not the same thing? Just turn this way, right? Right?
Yeah.
And so we were inspired to make a pilot off of the fact that we're doing more to go. I'm going to do it again. I wish I had my stand. I know I'm looking for my stand, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm going to bring it to you. So now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go from Aries to the fire, to that other fire, and back across, and that's the earth sign. And then I'm going to go, that's the fire sign. And then I'm going to go to the air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. And that's that crazy fire thing, right? What you think of man like this and the legs and everything, right? That's what it is, because man is manifested from the angles of light into the flesh. And these are the angles that light that it makes on this wheel, which is a teaching tool for children. When you look at it with the bears and Taurus the bull and the sheep. Oh, and also know in your studies that the bull used to be called the bear when you go back and study. And the scorpion was also known as the eagle. All right? Yes. So, do you see what I'm talking about now? Yes. So now let me just say this in short, or as another example. Right. Yes. Oh, I apologize. Yes.
Angels are pure gifts, would be those who are harmony with your purpose.
It's in harmony, right?
That will be your personal angels, those are your friends that you're helping.
Right. And in the church, every other sign on this wheel, I don't care where you start. Every other sign is a deacon. A deacon in astrology, D-E-C-A-N or D-E-C-A-N-T. But they took it to the church and said it's a deacon. How many deacons in the church? 12. See? So a deacon is a helper in the church, he's supposed to be anyway. Yeah, I know, you're a helper, all right. Yeah, that's the thing, right? So let's check it out. I'm going to prove to you about the deep goodness. You got fire sign, because you know what, y'all got this in your thing, so you can see what I said. You got the fire, Aries, the fire sign, skip over 60 degrees, right? Why am I saying 60 degrees? It's all math, because if each one of these is 30 degrees, create 90, then 30 more is next to it, and 30 more is 60 degrees. It's all math. And the 60-degree angle is what? A sextile.
That's right.
I just drew the sextile when I did the hexalpha. And a sextile is a what? Harmonious angle. It's harmony. So, if you draw from it, like I said, all the fire signs, that's you, the one that's showing harmony. Now, if you're in harmony, then you meet up with a mate that's in harmony too. And then y'all meet together, and if it's the perfect harmony, it's a perfect thing right here. And then whatever you create comes out of that, your children, and they're gonna be good too if you are.
Yeah, stop making all them damn.
But if you're not, and you like this, and the man trying to come up and y'all fight, it ain't a little fight naked and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think's gonna come out of that? It's disharmony from the door. It's disharmony from the door. What are you gonna create from that? Do you get it?
Wow. Most people ain't in tune to that.
So, every other sign. Let me prove it to you. Look at your chart that you guys got this. Aries is, hold stop. Aries is fire. Let's not go to Taurus because that's earth. Fire and earth, you know what I mean?
Put out fire.
The earth really will put the fire out. But if you're a person who needs temperance in your life, you might have fire, an earth sign near you or in your own trinity, because if you didn't, you might be burning out of control.
Oh, yeah, somebody to kind of slow you down. And
you might need to this lifetime around. I don't know. So now, next to that, though, is the Gemini. That's an air sign. Take the wheel and look at it. It's an air sign. Next to the Gemini is a water sign. Oh no, next to the water sign, 2 signs over, is another fire sign. All around. They're deacons, they're helpers. Because every other one is a helper to, every other one is from a fire sign, every other one is a helper to, is an earth sign. But I mean, it don't matter. I don't care when you start, you can, listen, you can blindfold yourself and come up here and pin one on it, it doesn't matter. Every other sign from it going in any direction is harmony. Because it's compatible elements. Now, what am I talking about? I'm only laying the foundation. This is just the foundation. This ain't really it. Because without this foundation, you can't get the rest that comes. One of the biggest things to clear up that people get wrong is that these 12, this circle of 12, represents one of the facets of your life. House of self, house of possession, house of communication, or lack thereof. House of home, which is self-origins is your home, like it or not. That's where you came and you're subjected to it. Whether you like it or not, you're subjected. It's a subjective situation. And it will, at 180 degrees, the opposite of the things that become your objective. Because your objectives are based on what you were subjected to. Want to try to understand these things? It's polar reflection. So whatever you were subjected to becomes your objective in your adult future social life. So you're going to fix it, right? Even if it wouldn't work. So what's the problem? The answer is in the wheel. Now, what you have as your independent personal self on the bottom half of this is personal, is going to reflect in what it is that you are dependent upon. Because that's the science, not a choice or an opinion. It's the fact. And these facts have been put down in such a way that you can learn them if you want to be 12 years free man instead of 12 years a slave. So now, 12 and 13 is in the middle. The 13th sign. What is that? Oh, it's coming over the horizon and it's over there, it's over here, and it's all this. No. The kindergarten, where's the kindergarten? Where's the kindergarten? Oh, I didn't hear you. Did somebody say?
Paris.
The womb.
Womb. First school.
Kindergarten is the place that you take care of children, by definition. It's not that little preschool, pre-kindergarten. They try to get the babies younger and younger and younger and younger because the womb didn't teach them a damn thing. In the past. It's changing now. Because it's not really changing. Because the womb did teach them. Let me retract that. The womb did teach them. They teach them what they knew, which was limited. Because everybody bases everything on physical stuff, knowing that it's temporary. Yet you say that you know you got everlasting life. Even though there was a day when we did live to be 900 or so, but that was when we weren't eating the wrong stuff. So are you following me so far?
Islam.
Are you following me so far?
Oh, yes.
Here's the biggest lesson that people make a mistake with in astrology and understanding the foundation is what I'm talking about here. I'm telling you, is that there are 12 houses. And there are 12 rulers of a ruler to each house. Got it? Yes. Aries rules the first house, right? Taurus rules the second house, right? It's a story that goes with that too. Gemini rules the third house. Cancer rules the fourth house. Leo rules the fifth house. Virgo rules the sixth house. Interpersonal houses. Now we're up to the seventh house, which is the first social house. Libra rules that. Where you go, the first social thing you do is meet up with other people and either get messed up or mess up somebody, depending on what happened when you was raised at home. How would your mama teach you? Because that's what you take into the street. Better believe. Then you got Scorpio ruling the 8th house, Sagittarius ruling the 9th house, you got Capricorn ruling the 10th house, you got Aquarius ruling the 11th house, and you got Pisces, Sophia, the womb, ruling the last house, which is the 12th house, which is the beginning and the end, because there is no beginning, and there is no end. All right. They then are the lords of those houses, correct? Or the law of those houses, correct? When you were born, maybe Aries wasn't in the first house because he was born around visiting people in the other places. He was not home. I'm going to have this made into a prototype like this. But this is my prototype, but I haven't made it. So here's the deal. Aries, got your paper? He who sits in the east, the initiate, right? The newborn, right? Right?
Yes.
All right. He's stationary, even though nothing is stationary in the universe, everything is always moving, right? But it's wheels that move inside the wheel. So what happens is Aries is in the first house. So I'm going to line this up like so. Aries, all this green outer wheel is the same thing. It's Aries in the first, right? But the blue, that's the houses, right? Guess what? When you were born, because every 2 hours, the horizon changes, tick-tock, everything is moving. Aries is moving out of the first house because he's visiting. They're always visiting. They're always moving around. Always. But the first house still is ruled by the law, represented by what the law represents, or Aries represents as law of self, at Taurus as law of possession, Gemini as law of communication. You understand what I'm saying? But Aries wasn't there when you were born. They took the self stuff. He was way over here. He was way over here and some other sign. In the 5th house. He was visiting and stuff. So he was in the 5th house at the time and the moment that you were born. The Lord of the house, the energies concentrated that belonged to the house was not home. But the house was still there, and it still is the house of self. What was in your house of self when you were born? Because you understand your presentation of self. understand?
So you gotta study all of them, basically.
You have to study all of the 260, you have to remember, and the polar protection.
Let me ask you something. These calculators change so much stuff that how do we know for sure that Aquarius is in February? Because here it says like 1 month, but
it wouldn't matter if it's Aquarius, it's February or not. It's the energy and the pattern of motion and movement and activity that matters. It doesn't matter. Because the only real months are only 10. Mm-hmm. Let me prove that to you. Just without going down too much, but don't tell me I did it again. Okay, all right. Well, I need to have one big word. That's not this. All right, let me prove this to you. What is the eight? What is what is an octagon?
8 sides.
8 sides. 8 sides, right?
Yeah.
No. Let me go back. What is a seven? So September is the 7th, right?
yeah, it's supposed to be 7. Well, it's
September.
supposed to be the 7th month. But
September, right? That means that's I don't care.
yeah.
October.
That's all.
That's 8. No,
December is
all day long. December is a decimal. December is a decimal. It's the 10. Like a decimal, yes, correct. So now, why? And that's the end, that's it, right? I mean, January, not even January. MAR is March. That's when you march in. That's when this, the sun, the moon, they make these configurations in the eastern sky and say, guess what? It's time to open up the earth for spring is here. That's the first month. That's the new year. And then our priest says, I agree. That's April, right? Go look up what April means. It means open. Right?
Plenty of showers.
Right. And you got May, you got June, you got July, you got August. Now August, they say, is the 8th month. But it can't be the 8th month because I believe it's January that comes out, and also, what's the other one that comes out? February. And it works out, so check it out. Now I'm going to give you a quick on numbers. Because everybody be talking about numbers and stuff, right? But here's the deal. When I first formulated it, because when I first learned it was when I was in my teen, and it was my sister, we Friday was so popular, like whatever like that. But 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, correct? Huh?
Yeah.
0, 1, 2, 3, or 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is all I can go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 10. Isn't that? Yes. That's another thing. You look at the months, the days of the week. Why do you think it was 7? 7, everything's 7. 7 in the middle, what is? Because 4 months with 3, 4, 3 is 7. 3 times 4 is 12, which is a 3 again. All right, well, you look at the months of the week. I mean, the days of the week. There's only 7 days in a week. How many days in a week?
7.
How many days in a month?
7.
How many days in a year?
7.
Anybody in here wanted to say more than 7? Big honest. Everybody wanted to say more than 7. You did? No. Okay, good. How many days in a year you wanted to say 7, right? I mean, you wanted to say 365, or whatever like that. Okay, so I got to ask you a question. If it's 365, name You can't, because it's only 7. 7 is 7. Circle 7. That's it. That's all. So, Monday, I want to finish this number thing, because these are foundational things that you need to have, and I don't want to get a color thing as well. Monday, in Latin, Morris Latin is lunar, correct?
Yes.
Oh, that's the moon, man. Moon day. Tuesday is ruled by Mars. How do you see it in Latin? Martes. You see? Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. How do you see it in Morris Latin? What they say? Mercury. Thursday, which is really for, which is Jupiter. And Jupiter is Jupiter, but they spell it Jueves, Jueves, because J is silent. Jueves in Latin. And Friday is Viernes, which is Venus, which is the holy day. And then Saturday is Saturn's rule, and it's Sabado for Saturn. And we forgot to start with Sunday, which is truly the first of the day, which is the sun, which is the Domingo. Now check this out. Do you know that Saturn is the only day of the month, the only day of the week that starts with a negative or incoming energy, I'm sorry? I don't mean negative, incoming energy, and ends with a positive outgoing energy, and every other day has either positive, negative, positive, negative. Did you know that about Saturday?
Saturday mornings is
That's why Saturday mornings, you know, they already trained you too, that you want to come to work on Saturday morning, just sleep in, you know, you want to just sleep in. By Saturday night, you're ready to party. Because the vibration changed from incoming energy to outgoing energy. Absolutely. So, the number. I said 10, I didn't even mean the right 10.
0 to 9.
Somebody say it. Yes.
It's wrong. Before, now, wasn't July and August added? Because of Julius and August. Okay, so that's, so I thought you said January, February was added. No. Okay, so I heard January, I'm sorry.
Right, August season, Julius season.
Yeah, and August, yeah, August, never mind.
And Jan is Jan, which is the jinn, which is the spirits. So when they being spirits, you know, I remember one time, right? Because you know, I remember one time somebody said, "What do you mean a 5-pointed star?" This is so crazy. We really don't think. Oh, the 5-pointed star is the only thing that can control the jinn. A doll? Yeah, how about that? The only thing that can control the jinn was a 5-pointed star. So why is it bad? You know, like they tell you, like the 5-pointed star, that's the devil worship. And then they'll say, well, it's the only thing that can control the jinn. So jinn machine. So anyway, moving right ahead, aloud. This is the zero, this is the beginning, right? This is the mother, really. Well, actually, this is the everything. This is what we know. We didn't really do the zero, but we know it's a zero. It's the cycle. This is mother, one by itself. This would be father, mother and father, right? This is the child, the Trinity, the three, because the mother and father makes the child, that's the production. This is standing on your square or challenging, being challenged. The 4, right? Challenge, right? This 5 means harmony. This is just one of the patterns, because remember, numerology is what a brief observe. Harmony. Harmony is 5, right? 6 is chaos. Why is it chaos? Because this is the lion, and this is the 6, and this is, this is the spiral, 9 and 6. Do you see that? Yeah. That's the spiral. 7 is no, what is harmony? Order. Order.
Chaos King order.
And 8 is infinity, correct?
Yeah.
And 9 is completion.
Yeah.
You can find some other words for this, but this is it. So when you go through your life and you say, well, this year of 25, that is, no, in other words, there is no number higher than 9. I don't care. I know some people, they be trying to work with the double numbers, you know, something like that. But you know what? There is no number higher than 9. So that means that if you get a 2-digit number like so, If you get a 10, it reduces to a 1, am I right? If you get an 11, it reduces to a 2. If you get a 12, 1 and 2 is 3, right? If you get a 13, that's a 4. 14 is a 5, 15 is a 6, 16 is a 7, 17 is an 8, 18 is a 9, and 19 comes to be a 20, which is back to a 2 again next level. Do you get it? No numbers higher than that. Yeah, it is. Yeah, right. So it's the same thing. If you're looking at an 11, right, then you're looking at a 2. And of course it's the massive number because it's the next level. Alright? And 2, 2 is a 4, which means you're on your square and challenging. Oh, there's another thing. Why do they call it standing on your square? True. Alrighty then. Because, huh? What do you mean it don't add up? Okay, like I said, whatever formula you might want to use for whatever you're using it for, you might translate whatever like that. But this is basic fundamental because the 2, the double 2, and the double 1, of course it's strong. I'm born on the 22. I'm born on that number. My son is born on the 22. Yes, 6 months exactly, 30 years to the day. Today. No. 29 and a half. Why do I say that? Because I'm born on October 22nd, and he's born on April 22nd. Wow. All right? 6 months. Split the difference. 6 months. So 6 months later, I turn 30. You're right. So it's not 29. Let's get exact. It's 29 and a half or 29.5. Here's the deal, though. Yes, Doctor. There's some magic in the building. Here's the deal, though. Check this out on the astrology because we're going to get there. Right? I read my chart later because I wasn't really in it like that. And it said that the configurations I had in my chart, it told me that I wasn't even actually until after the age of 28. Look at that. I got pregnant at 28. Well, 29, something like that. What now, boy? Yeah, 6 months later I was 30. You see what I'm saying? I didn't know that then, but I understand because when Saturn's in your 5th house, it slows down whatever. I mean, when Saturn is in whatever house it's in, it'll slow down whatever that is, and you will experience it later. Do you get it?
Yes, you're right, Ross. But they give it the 11 because it symbolizes elevation.
It does symbolize elevation. Of course it symbolizes elevation. This is what I'm saying. Once you go to the next level, it's like even when counting in the single numbers. In the single numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11, 12, 13, 14, it's the next level. Yeah. It's the next level. If you can get past the first level, then, after 10, you got 11. You have arrived. So check that. The square. Here's where the square comes from. A square is 90 degrees, correct? Yeah. So if I start right here with this point right here, and I don't really matter which point because it's a circle, and I go 90 degrees, let's do some counting. 30, 60, 90, right? Bam. Okay, I'm here. 30, 60, 90. Alrighty. 30, 60, 90. Alrighty. I got something wrong. Oh, I did right here. Okay, all right, no problem. It's this one. So that's okay. 30, 60, 90. Now, 30, 60, 90, right? Is that a square? Yes. Yeah. Now, if that's a square, the energies coming is dot, coming this way. Coming from this corner. Coming from this corner. Coming from this corner, right at you in the center. You're being challenged. So you have to stay on this square. So when you come to an age in your life where you are a 4, colors. A 5, you find harmony. So if you 23, that's a 5. You find harmony. A 6, you learn some crayons, because he's what I know. A 7, then you laugh because you're a 6. Yeah. I'm telling you, y'all do that in your life, you want it to be true because it's true in spite of you. A 7 is harmony. Oh, but an 8 is infinity. Oh, but a 9 is completion. But you can't reach completion until you have reached infinity. You understand? And it keeps repeating itself. 7 is order. So, 6 is chaos. So out of chaos comes order, right? Right?
Yeah.
All right. There it is. So if you have a little chaos, a little trouble this year, you're going to be all right next year when it comes to 7. And then, so I'm 7 at 25. If I'm 25 years old, I'm a 7. If I'm 23, I'm a 7.
If you're 52, you're 7. If you're 52, you're 7.
If you're 52, you're 7.
If you're in 2014, you're in 7.
These are cycles of time. Yes, you better listen to that up. I need the mic for
I'm not sure, but I don't study astrology as well as you, or don't know it as well as you. I was wondering if number 11 would represent Romeo and Juliet or Gemini or something like that also.
Well, there is no real 11 because it's a 2, so yes, it does represent Romeo and Juliet, thank you, because it represents the mother and the father, the 1 and the 2. Number 1 is the mother, number 2 is the father, it's the 2. It's the Jew, it represents, yes, it represents the union, a duality, absolutely, because it's a 2. And I know 1 is a 2. And look, go to the tarot cards, same thing. Same thing, tarot cards are nothing but astrology cards. All right? And so when you get to the 3, that's the creation of the child, etc. like that. And so I wanted you to understand, to know that out of chaos comes the order. So don't get all upset when there seems to be chaos in your life. It's coming. Yes. 6. Uh-huh. A 19 is supposed to be 9 and 1 is 10. You're right. I apologize. Yes. But after you go to 20, and then you go 1 to 3, I mean, 29 is a 10. You're right. Which makes it back to 1 again. Yeah. But then when you get to 20, I mean to 19, no. You never get there. It's not over hard enough. It just is not. So I wanted to show that to you because astrology, numerology is a brief of astrology, and the numbers have vibrations. And I really wanted to show you what the square is, so that when you're doing your chart, like we're going to go through more of it, but when you're doing your chart, and it says that today, Jupiter is squaring Pluto, whatever, it means simply this, that Pluto is over here.
Facing off.
And, well, a square is a friction, a inharmonious aspect. So yeah, it fits an off right now. Who's fixing off? Is it Uranus and Mars? Ooh, it's gonna be a fight. You know what I mean? Is it Uranus and Jupiter? Jupiter's gonna bow out and say, "Look, I'm about to pick on your fight." Well, it's a have to. You see, what is squaring what? If it's a malefic, strong planet squaring a more benefic planet, it's not going to, these opinions also come out with an effect. So here, when they say it's there squaring, you best believe it's 90 degrees away from it. It's all mathematics, you get it. It's 90 degrees away from it. Now the question comes, because I just gave you a foundational information right here, right? It means that 30 degrees is 90, not squaring off means a planet that's squaring with another planet means it is today, at this moment, 90 degrees away from the other one. Now, in your studies, what does it mean with certain planets to be squared with each other? Is it good or is it bad? It's this harmony in itself. But what if it's 2 very malefic planets? Ooh. What if it's just 2 more neutral planets? You gotta understand what images are, the Heavenly Body's images are, to know what it means. You see what I'm saying? And I just want to say this because we got to get ready to close. But I got to say this I said on the site, I got to tell you this story real quick. I want you all to understand the story called, you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pound, I'm telling you why. Because Santa Claus is coming to town. Let's change it. You better not shout, no, you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pound, I'm telling you why. Because Satan's Claus is coming to town. Let's do it another way. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pound, I'm telling you why, because Saturn's reigns will judge you today. That song is about Saturn. That song is not about Satan's claws, nor is it about Satan, nor is it about Santa. It's about Saturn. And Saturn, and this is my last thing, can you please give me the start date book really, really quick, please? I'm going to show you what's about to happen now. We are getting ready to have a lineup of the planets back to zero. Everybody knows this. All the planets are line up like this. And the clock's going to go to zero. We're going to start tick tock, tick tock. It's going to be like this. Similarly, like this.
The alignment of all the planets.
Yeah, this is right. The Mayan calendar starts. Because it's just a lineup. It's a tick tock. I just told you. Everything just keeps ticking around. Everything. When you were born, this is important. When you were born, you know, everybody was rolling. That's the signs, but so were the planets. See, the signs are in the house. But then there's a third factor. There's three factors. The houses themselves that stay still. But everybody knows nothing stays still. But for the purposes of this lesson, they stay still when they represent certain facets. Then it's the lords of those houses that we call the signs. And they're at home when they're there. Then it's the planets. So you may have a sign, you're going to have a sign in one of the houses, but you may not have any planets in one of the houses. But wherever the planets are, that helps to make up, because they're not just the lords or the rulers, they're governors of it. The planets are the governors. And the signs are the rulers to make the difference, all right? So if a planet is in the house, there's really some strong energy going on in that particular house for you. So now, everybody's tick-tocking, moving around the clock, rolling in their own cycle when it's going straight up. And it's going to be similarly like this. Which is why the calendar stopped. Just lined up. Do you understand what I mean? Just lined up.
Concentration of energy.
In its proper locale. Zero. Right on zero. Everybody keeps talking about it. So look, so the sun is there, and then the other 9 planets. Right, Pluto's the smallest one down here, the coldest one, because it's the furthest one away from the sun. But it's the womb. It's the water sign. It's the womb. And Uranus and Neptune is electricity like it to the sperm. The womb is Pluto, and Uranus is like it to the sperm electricity, and then Neptune is where the spirits are. And that's the triune principle that then created the Saturn that stood before the triune principle. So now look, check this out real quick. So, let me put them on here. I think I put it on. Oh, yes, I did. So each one of these has, the sun is Michael, the moon is Gabriel, Mars is Zaniel, Mercury is Raphael, Jupiter is Sachiel, Venus is Anael, and Saturn is Castiel, and that's the 7. And then you just keep rolling on the tick-tock every hour, changing. Every hour changing. Where are we right now? Today is Wednesday. The time is not 1 a.m., not 2 a.m., but that's 10 p.m. And we are now in the hour of, which is why I have it on the site. We are in the hours of, actually, when I say 6, when we open the doors for food and stuff, and I know that Vashti wasn't here this week, but she'll be here next week. She had problems with her vein. So, 6 p.m. Wednesday. Oh, that is in the hours of Michael, between the hours of Michael to 10 p.m. Wednesday, and Castiel. Those are one of the energies that is ruling at that time. Just keep, so you want to, oh my gosh, I want something right now, I really wish, what hour are you in? Speaking. You see, and then you say, all right, so then you make your meditation. And this is it. Look.
10 o'clock.
Yes, all right, hold on. Hold on. Right, because see, now I know everything. I lost my train of thought. Well, this is the lineup. This is what's going to end up happening with the lineup of the planets from, and then TikTok starting all over again. All right. Now, no, I just lost. I was just heckled that real quick. But I want to say this. Every 2 hours, whatever's on the horizon changes. That's why when people ask you want to do a chart, when were you born and the time? Because it sets the stage for the houses that you're in. All right? Now, we need to learn who is where at what time. And this is it. That's what came to me. We pray when we think, right? Because we can transmit and receive at the same time. Because why? Because we got antennas. I have. We don't agree to do that. So that's the antenna. You ever see somebody that's staring? Or like you talk about hypnosis and stuff, and meditation. You ever see somebody and they're just staring and, they're staring and like you said, like the window, they might be gazing, they might be in some meditative state, like that, they're staring. And then you always got to go mess and say, step out of it, step out of it. They're hypnotizing themselves. They're going into meditation. Leave them the hell alone. I just needed to say that. It's important because they're going somewhere to think. They got 1 minute in this hectic craziness, and they were able to find a spot to hypnotize themselves. That means not nobody else is hypnotizing them. They're hypnotizing themselves, which leads to the meditation of thought. Leave them alone. When they're finished, they may come back with something to share with you. Islam. We'll finish this. We'll finish. Did you finish all the information? Yeah. Next foundation, you got to get that first. We'll talk more about it. But I think next week, Sister Anna is expected to be here, so we'll finish that the week after that. If she wants to share some more stuff, right? See you then.
Islam. I just want to make it plain and clear. When you hear me say Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali, that is the prophet. Local Ali, free national name. Appellation. Five on the left, 2 on the right. Repeat after me. Allah, Father of the universe. Father of love. Truth. Peace. Freedom. And justice. Allah is my protector. My guide. And my salvation. My night. And my day. Through his holy prophet. Through Ali. Also known as Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali. Amen. Peace and love.